record so that this is recording. Okay, and also if you haven't muted yourself, please do so. That way the video will stay on me as we're recording, and there won't be any other side noises. And I think other than that, that's all we need to go over. So just a little rundown of the class today. We're going to do our seated self-massage. We did a standing self-massage last week, so we're going to do a seated self-massage this week. And then we'll probably do our patting Qigong through the whole body, and then we're going to do a couple simple movement-based forms that are nice. So without any further ado, let's begin. So we can take our thumbs and tuck them into our fingers, and you can let your hands rest on your thighs. And you can do this seated, you can do it standing, whatever is most convenient for you. I'm seated. And just take a moment to allow your awareness to settle into your body. And just notice the sensation of your alignment within gravity. Maybe taking some deep breaths into the shape of your body, allowing the breath to help refine and expand your alignment. And just notice the quality of your mind. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands together and rub the hands together. And this is a nice time to give your hands a little massage. So massaging the back of the hands and the pinky edge of the hands and in between the thumb and the forefinger. And during this self-massage, we are going to be touching our faces a little bit. So if you need to wash your hands, you can do that. I'm kind of excited to touch my face, actually. So let's take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, shake the hands out. And then rub the palms together again, just continuing to check in with the sensations of your alignment, the movement of your breath, the quality of your mind. And so let's begin by taking our hands and massaging our face. We can go up and out. And you can do this however slow or however fast you'd like to. Maybe try different things. Oh, this is so nice. And then a deep breath in and shake it out. And rub the palms together again. Breathing deeply into your body. And just notice where your breath moves. Notice how it moves. Notice if there are places that it doesn't seem to move. And then let's take our fingertips and we can run them over our scalps. You can go front to back. You can go back and forth. You can stay in one place and just massage with your fingertips. Again, try different things. See what feels good. See what works for you in this moment. Don't forget to breathe. Notice, feel. So many acupoints on our scalps that are so good for calming the mind, the nervous system, for opening up the orifices of perception, clearing the eyes, the nose, the ears. And again, when you're ready, let your hands come around, deep breath in, shake it out. Rub your palms together and breathe. Breathe into your whole body, breathe with your whole body. Just feel the breath moving. Feel the chi. And then we can take our palms and we can cup them over our eyes. Just gentle pressure to the eye sockets. Your eyelids can be opened or closed. Just giving your eyes a little rest. The eyes are an extension of the brain, an extension of the central nervous system. So let's just cool that whole thing down. And then as you're ready, another deep breath in and shaking it out. Rub the palms together. Breathe with every cell of your body. And then let's activate the acupoint, yin tong, in between the eyebrows. So we can take the base of the left hand, place it in between the eyebrows, and just gently draw the hand across and off to the side. And then the same thing with the base of the right hand. Just massaging the forehead, massaging this acupoint, yin tong, which translates as the chamber of the seal. The seal is the red stamp of authenticity that is so prevalent in Chinese culture. So this point represents the chamber of our authentic self. And it definitely transcends Chinese culture. You can think of it as the third eye. You can think of it as relating to the pineal gland. And again, just something that we can do to help calm the mind, calm the nervous system, help to broaden our perspective, broaden our awareness. A lot of times when we feel tense and stressed out and freaked out, it may be due to a narrow perspective, and taking a broader perspective may help just create more space to breathe and to just be. And the next time that you make a pass with your hand, take a nice deep breath in and shake it out. And rub the palms together and breathe. Continue to breathe. Feel your body. Feel the alignment of your spine within gravity. Just notice what you feel. And now we'll take the edge of our thumbs on either side of our nose and gently massage up and down, breathing through the nose, helping to open up the sinuses. It's a good time of year for doing that. Things are starting to bloom. There may be some mild allergy symptoms. This is a great way of helping to just clear them out, to support the tissues in your nose, in your sinuses, not only for allergies, but for whatever else is floating around in the air. And again, you can go fast or slow, hard or soft. Just find what works for you and do that. And what works in one moment may be different than the next moment, and that's allowed. That's encouraged. Adaptability is important for our immune systems, for staying healthy. And again, deep breath in. Rubbing the palms together, feeling the sensation of the palms as you rub them together, feeling the warmth. Heat is energy. Energy is a common translation of qi. And then let's take the tips of our thumbs to either side of our mouths, one hand below, one hand above, and just gently draw back and forth, massaging your lips, massaging your gums, generating saliva. That saliva is full of digestive enzymes. You can swallow that down into your belly to help support our digestive systems, our ability to process our experience. We were designed to live. We just have to put some effort into being alive. And again, deep breath in. And rubbing the palms together. Breathing with the whole body, breathing through the whole body. Feel your aliveness. And then let's take our palms and we can make forward circles over our ears. And then a deep breath in and out. Let's rub our palms together. Now we'll do our self-shoulder massage. Beginning with the left arm, we can just swing it up to the right shoulder and then let it fall, and the same thing with the other side. Just alternate. And take your time and bring some intention into the hand as it swings up and lands on the shoulder. See if that changes the sensation at all. And notice where the sensation goes. Does it stay right at your shoulder? Does it shoot down through your body? Does it vibrate out or reverberate out? It doesn't have to do any specific thing, just notice what it's doing. Feel that. Feel what it's like. If it doesn't feel good, feel free to adjust so that it does. Let's do one more on each side. And then deep breath in, shake it out. And rub the palms together, breathe, feel. And now let's open our chests so we can bring our right fingertips together, and then moving underneath the left collarbone, find the hollow space under the left collarbone. And then you can bring your left fingertips together, and finding the bottom edge of the rib cage, just let the hands slide down the bottom edge of the rib cage, and there's another little hollow space that they'll fall into. And then let's just gently tap these two spots, and feel free to make small circles as you tap. Just feel, get the lay of the land. And if you find a distinct sensation in either one or in both of these spots, then hang out on that spot. Feel what that feels like, and see if you can feel a connection between these two spots. Breathing to bridge the gap between these 2 points. Opening up the chest, the diaphragm, the heart, the lungs, the solar plexus, the heart center. It's a place where a lot of stuff tends to accumulate and get congested. Energetic stuff, physical stuff, emotional stuff, other people's stuff, our own stuff. We don't even need to know what it is or why it's there. Just feel it. Breathe into the shape of it. Let it be felt. Feel what comes up. Let that be felt. Let it move. And then you can massage these 2 points. Continue to breathe. Continue to feel. And then let's change sides. So we'll take our left fingertips under the right collarbone, slide out so that you drop into that hollow space. And then the right fingertips can find the bottom edge of the rib cage and slide down into the other hollow space. And again, just gently tap. Feel free to look around. Feel what's there. Breathe into the shape of what you feel. This lower point is the last point on the liver meridian, the wood meridian. The upper point is the first point on the lung meridian, the metal meridian. Wood is springtime, new growth, birth. Autumn, metal is autumn, the end of the cycle, death, the return. In between birth and death, we breathe. Breathe into the space in between birth and death. Breathe into your life. Feel your aliveness. Let that be felt. Let that aliveness permeate every cell. Breathe into every cell. Feel what's there. And then massage, continue to breathe, continue to feel. And then again, deep breath in. And rub the palms together. Notice the sensation of the palms. Notice the sensation of warmth. And then let's bring our hands over our abdomens, and we can massage our bellies, and you can do independent things with each hand. If that feels good, you can bring your hands together and use them together. You can make circles in one direction, circles in another direction, small circles within a big circle, whatever you'd like. I would just recommend that you do take a moment to acknowledge the organs in your body that your hands are moving over. The heart and the lungs, the spleen and the pancreas and the stomach, and the intestines, the large and small intestines, the liver, the gallbladder, the urinary bladder. And when you're ready, your hands can come around the waist to the low back and the area of the kidneys. And then we can bring the hands out and shake them out. And then rub the palms together. Breathe. Breathe with your whole body. Notice the sensation of your body. And now let's massage our arms. Beginning with our left arm, let's tap our fingertips and then run our hand up the outside, down the inside, going with the flow of the meridians in the body. The yang meridians are on the outside. They run from the fingertips up into our heads, our minds. The yin meridians are on the inside. They flow from our chests out to the fingertips. So bringing information in, conveying information out. It's all about the exchange, coming and going, yin and yang. And then up one more time and down, little tap to the fingertips. Change sides, tapping the fingertips, up the outside, down the inside. And again, you can go fast or slow. You can use heavy pressure. You can use very light pressure. You can even be off the body if you want to see what that's like. And then up one more time and down. Deep breath in. Shake it out. Rubbing the palms together. We're almost done. So we can bring our feet out in front of us. You won't be able to see my feet, but I can tell you what I'm doing. So taking my thumbs and massaging the bottom of my feet. And I'm spending a little extra time on the soft part of the bottom of my feet, but definitely massaging the balls of my feet and coming along that curve of the arch of my foot that's facing up towards me, massaging that all the way from the top, the big toe, all the way down to the heel. And also using my fingertips to work in between the long bones on the top of my feet. And while I do that, I can squeeze the bottom of my foot with my thumb. So you can do any of those things. You can also do something different if that works for you. And then if you'd like, you can use your thumbs, follow the funnel down on the bottom of the foot, find the deepest hollow, and just apply some nice gentle pressure right to that spot. This spot, the name is the bubbling spring, Yong Chuan. It's the wood point on the water meridian. It's our tap root that connects us to the earth. It draws the yin energy of the earth up into us, where yin becomes yang, and we can stand up against gravity. We can move around. We can express ourselves. And then when you're ready from here, your hands can flow up the inside of the legs and around the hips and down the outside of the legs, still going with the flow of the meridians. And again, find what works for you. Find a speed that feels good, an amount of pressure that feels good. And then let's come up one more time and around and down and out the feet. Deep breath in and shake it out. And we can rub our hands together one more time for now. And you can return to a comfortable seated or standing or whatever other position you might be in. You can tuck your thumbs back into your fingertips. Let your hands rest on your thighs and just take a moment to feel the sensation of your body aligned within gravity. Notice the movement of your breath into and through the shape of your body. Notice the quality of your mind. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Okay, so that's essentially a full body massage that we can give ourselves whenever we need to. And if you have a lot of time on your hands, like a lot of us do currently, then why not use it helping yourself feel better? Not only feel better, but function better as well. So there's that about that. So now we're going to move on to doing some more Qigong, and I'll be standing. You're welcome to stand as well, but you don't have to. It's totally what works for you. So let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is just find a comfortable standing position. And if you'd like, you can let your eyes soften or even close, and we can just take a moment to feel the sensation of our feet on the ground, maybe noticing where our weight is in our feet, if it's more towards the front or the back or one side or the other. If the weight is in one foot more than the other foot. And again, it's not like it has to be a specific kind of way. There's just the way that it is right now. And so just notice that. Bring your attention to that. A lot of times, just by bringing our attention, our awareness to something, it will be able to self-regulate. We just need to take the time to notice. So notice your feet on the ground. Invite a gentle bend to your knees. Maybe start off by bending deeper than you need to so that you can then come out of that and find your sweet spot where your knees aren't locked. They're maybe not bent too deep, but it's comfortable. And it actually brings you more into contact with your feet. So from the feet to the knees, up into the hips, and just noticing the tilt or the tuck of your pelvis. Maybe even noticing how as you breathe, it may sway a little bit forward or backwards. Just noticing if there's any rigidness anywhere where you can afford to relax. And rising up out of the pelvis through the spine into the rib cage. Taking a breath into your rib cage to feel not only the front of the ribs, but the sides, and especially the back of the rib cage, where we don't always breathe into that space. But there's a lot of room in the back to breathe. And then allowing the collarbones to spread open so that there's room for the heart to pump, there's room for the lungs to fill. Maybe gently engaging your shoulder blades towards each other on your back, just like you did with the knees, going a little further than you think you need to, and then relaxing out of that some. So that there's a little bit of tone in between the shoulder blades that helps to open up the chest, to spread the collarbones. But there can still be a sense of ease and relaxation there. And then continuing on up through the neck into the head, inviting just a gentle tuck to the chin so that there's a nice stretch through the back of the neck that can extend out through the back and the top of the head. And just breathing into the sensation of this shape of your body, feeling this lifted, rising energy up out of the top of the head, feeling this nice, solid energy sinking down through the legs into the ground. So we have yin sinking down, we have yang rising up, And in between, we breathe. We can fill that space with breath. And this is not a neutral posture. This is somewhat active. This can be a Qigong practice on its own. This can be a type of standing meditation, an awareness practice, an alignment, refinement practice. When we bring intention into the things that we're already doing, like standing or moving or breathing or thinking, those things become somewhat magical. They help us to enhance function. They provide access to insight that we might not otherwise have. So if we're already standing, we're already breathing, we're already moving, why not do it intentfully? Why not bring a sense of intention, a sense of grace to all of it? Make it medicine. Next, we're going to do a practice called the Dai, or the patting Qigong. One of my Qigong teachers, she likes to say this is a wonderful way of waking up and activating your Qi army, your immune system. So what we'll do is we'll go through the whole sequence. We're going to pat our whole body, and we're going to do 2 sets of 8 everywhere that we pat. And we'll do it once, and I'll call out where we're going. We'll go nice and mellow through it, and then we'll do it again. I won't call out where we're going. It'll be a little bit faster, but it'll be really invigorating, and it generally feels pretty great. So let's begin. Let's rub our hands together. And you don't have to pat very hard. We're not beating ourselves up. We're just patting ourselves, just stimulating our bodies in a gentle, loving kind of way. And I'm going to count them out. You're welcome to count with me. We'll count 1 through 8, and then again for 2 sets. And I'm going to count in Chinese, because that's the way I learned how to do this. So feel free to join me. We're going to begin by gently patting our cheeks. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Side of the head. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Back of the head. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Top of the head. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Forehead. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Neck. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Chest. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Shoulders. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Under the arm. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Elbow. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、4、5、6. Hands. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. Lower ribs. 1、 一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。Belly， 一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。Lower back。一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。Glutes。一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。Hip creases。一二三四五六七八，二二三四五六七八。Thighs。Back of the knees. Legs. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Let it out. 1 more. Stand, breathe, feel your breath, feel the beating of your heart. This is a great, simple exercise for activating the immune system, for stimulating the lymphatic system. So many places like our hip creases, our armpits, are areas where there are big lymph nodes. So we're just helping, keeping the lymph, supporting the lymph and doing what it does, which is battling toxins and viruses and bacteria and eliminating metabolic waste, metabolic byproduct. So let's do that again. I won't call out the places we're going to. We're just going to move through it nice and quick. And if you get lost, no big deal. You'll be able to catch up. So let's start by rubbing our hands together. Take a couple breaths into the shape of your body. So we're going to do this quick, but we're not going to hurry. So let's begin. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、 Inhale and exhale. Shake it out. Again. One more big deep breath. And exhale. And then just shake a little bit. So I did forget to do the shoulders on that second round. Sorry about that. But let's just shake. And shake however you'd like. You can twist a little bit, you can bounce, you can do whatever you want. This is spontaneous. And then bounce nice and slow. Slow shake. And then speed it up a little bit, a little faster. And then slow it down. And then a little faster again. And then stop. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sigh of relief. Two more. One more. Let's do some blithers. So big breath in, blither. This could be a thing if you want to scratch your face but you can't touch your face. Do a blither. Big breath in. We can shake it all off. One more. And breathe. Feel your body. Feel the pumping of your heart. The pumping of your heart moves the blood. The blood is full of oxygen. That oxygen is being carried by the blood to all the different cells and tissues in your body, bringing oxygen, bringing chi to them, helping us to be more vital, to be more alive, to be more limber, to be more adaptable. This is medicine, and we can do it for ourselves whenever we need to. Now let's do some simple movement. So the first thing that we're going to do is something that I like to call the super simple, silly little Qigong form. Because the movements are super simple, and there's a silly little story that helps us to keep track of what comes next. So let's begin. Just nice and easy. Inhale your arms out and up. And then exhale, let your hands float down the front of your body. And when they get to about the level of your heart or so, just let them hang out. Maybe soften your knees a little bit. Maybe find a way for your arms to just float out in front, almost like they're floating on top of a beach ball. And imagine yourself standing about waist deep in water with a beach ball floating on top of the water and your hands floating on top of the beach ball. And just find your alignment, find the ease in the shape of this posture. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, press down push the beach ball down into the water. It might take a little force, and hold it there for just a beat or two, and then relax and let the beach ball float back up. Maybe your knees bend, and then again, inhale and press it down. And then exhale, the ball floats back up. Find your own rhythm with this. And you can make it as easy and energetic, like not much force or physical exertion, just feeling the gentle stretch, the activation as you press down and allow it to float back up. You can make it more structural, more physical, inhaling, pressing, getting strong, stretch in your body, and then relax, letting it float back up. So just like playing with a beach ball in the water. Giving yourself a little stretch, a little strength, a little activation and relaxation. Engaging and relaxing the muscles, again, another great way of pumping the lymphatic system. Flushing out our respiratory system. And one more time, let's press down. Inhale and hold. And then wake up, because we're dreaming. So just inhale and then exhale the arms out to the side like you're waking up from a dream. The hands can come down, palms back to back. Inhale, roll yourself up. And exhale, reach the arms up and out like you're stretching first thing in the morning. Waking up from a dream. It's a good thing to do when you wake up in the morning is stretch a little bit. Activate your body. And have you ever had one of those dreams that seems so real that you're so sure it's actually happening? And then you wake up. It's like, that's just amazing that that happens. I wonder how much else is like that. Makes me think of my #1 favorite rap lyric of all time, which says, I dream that when I die, I wake up. So let's wake up one more time. And now that we're awake and we're out of bed, let's take a shower. So inhale the arms out and up. And then shower yourself. Wash yourself clean, down and through. And again, inhaling right back up and down. And you can bend your knees a lot. You can bend your knees just a little. If you're sitting, you don't have to bend your knees at all. Just maybe bring your chin down a little bit towards your chest so you can round and also extend the spine. Showering ourselves clean, washing ourselves off, cooling ourselves down. One more time, let's shower ourselves. Now that we're out of the shower, let's go back into the bedroom and open up the curtains so the hands can come up to the heart and then reach them out to the sides, stretch, and then relax. You can exhale all the way to your chest and then inhale big. And exhale. Opening the curtains. Looking at the new day. We were dreaming, we woke up, we took a shower. Now it's a whole new day. New experiences, new opportunities, new perspectives. Let's do one more. So we open our curtains and we notice our neighbor is outside trying to get their car started, but it won't start. So let's go outside and help give them a push. So send your hips back And let your hands reach forward. And then the hands can just roll down and then come right back up. And again, send your hips back. The upper body hinges, the arms can extend, and then just like making a big circle with the hands coming up and out. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like. You don't have to push too far forward with the hands, just as much as feels comfortable. Send the hips back. Let your weight be more in your heels. Giving our neighbor a push start. We're helping them get to work because they may work in an essential business like a liquor store or a marijuana dispensary. And one more time, give them a push. They pop their clutch. They're off and running, and we can roll ourselves up, and let's wave goodbye to them. So one hand can come across and up and over, so waving. The other hand, the lower hand, can float up, and then we wave goodbye. Palms facing out. So this movement is just like watching clouds pass, but our hands are facing out. Waving goodbye to our neighbor. A nice gentle twist, a little weight shift from side to side, a mini lunge in our leg, if you'd like to do that. And if you'd like to experience the different sensation, the subtle differences that can happen when we make gentle, subtle adjustments to the movement. So the palms are facing out, so let's feel this. Waving goodbye, facing outward. And the next time your hand floats up, let your palm face you. So like we do for watching clouds pass, bring the hand in front of the face and then the other hand floats up, palm facing the face. And just notice if there's any difference in sensation of how that feels. If there is, isn't that interesting? Such a subtle shift. So the next time that your hand comes in front of your face, sweep the lower hand up, so the arms are crossed, and then you can drop the hands down, inhale the arms out and up, step your feet closer together, and let your hands relax down the front of your body, coming to rest in Diamond Mudra, over the lower belly, over the lower dantian. And then you can let your hands just relax, hang by your sides, and take a moment to just stand and feel. Feel what this feels like. Feel the alignment of your posture within gravity, between heaven and earth. Notice the movement of your breath into and through the body. Notice where it goes as you inhale, and notice where it goes as you exhale. Does it go right back out? Or does it flow out through the limbs? And again, there's no way it's supposed to happen. There's just the way that it's happening for you in this moment. And just notice that. Good. Let's rub our hands together, relax, and then again, just a gentle little shake, shaking that out, shaking that through, allowing it to integrate, maybe twisting side to side a little bit. I think we talked last week about the wonderful benefits of twisting to help open up the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle and the diaphragm, these big horizontal vectors in our bodies where things tend to get stuck as they're moving up and down. And here's a different way of twisting we haven't done yet. So it's like this. Let one arm float out in front and the other hand float back behind you, and then just let them switch. Take your time with it. Bend your knees. Let the knees and the legs help drive the movement. Have fun with it. If you watch children, they will skip along and just do this movement naturally. It's an innate thing. One more. Good. So now we're going to do another simple movement-based form. And this one is called Embodying the 5 Elements. So we'll do 5 movements, one for each of the elements. And I was inspired, this form was inspired by a wonderful Tai Chi and Qigong teacher, Chuan Leong Ao Huang. And he always says, don't do what I do, just get inspired by what I do. So feel free to take that attitude towards this. I'm doing these movements which are not his movements. They were inspired somewhat by his movements. And if you're inspired to embody the elements slightly differently, please do that. Create a new form and then host a Zoom class and share it with all of us. So let's begin. The first element is water. And just like we did before when we were showering, it can be as simple as that. Just inhale the arms out and up, and then let the water flow down through you. Let it sink into your bones. You can sink a little bit, and then strong rising like vapor, coalescing, and then precipitating down through the body, embodying water. The first element, the ocean of the absolute. That infinite source of potential out of which we all arise. So we can invite this quality of water down through us. Water naturally finds the lowest, stillest place to be. It has no shape. Therefore, it can fit into any container. It does not contend against anything, but it can wear its way through a mountain. So embodying these qualities of water, inviting them in, like we're washing ourselves with water, or like we're just becoming water, becoming fluid, smooth and cool and calm, nourishing and cleansing. One more. When a river returns to the ocean, it becomes the ocean. The next element after water is fire. So we can inhale the hands up and expand, stretch, and down. Fire is expansive. So let's do that again. Come up and then open out to the sides, like opening the curtains. Let the hands come in. And then extend the hands up overhead. Reach, stretch. And then again, the hands out in front. And the hands can press down. We can reach up through our heads. And let's repeat that. Fire expands. It knows no boundaries. It goes in all directions. It's very active and alive, responsive to its environment. So like we're opening our heart in 4 directions. Open your heart as wide as it will go. Open your heart as high as it will go. Open your heart as far as it will go. And open your heart as deep as it will go. One more time through. Do it in your own way. And let the hands relax. Just take a moment to breathe. Feel the heat in your body, the warm blood being pumped by our fiery hearts. So with water and fire, we have yin and yang. We've established the 2 poles. So within those 2 poles, now we have room for growth, room for life. That's the wood element. So let's just gently sway our hands one side and then towards the other. The Chinese classics say that wood is what bends and straightens. In our body, the wood element manifests as our tendons, as our ability to bend and to straighten, to explore, to get creative. So as this hand floats out, let it become a beak, and then the hand that's close to us, to our chest, we're going to take it and send it out to the side, out until there's nowhere else for it to go, and it becomes a beak, and our other hand turns up. And then this hand can float up, and then back down to the center. We can sink in, and then extend out. Straighten, and then bend. Like we're clearing clouds away from our chests. Harmonizing the movement as one hand reaches out and becomes a beak, the other palm turns up and then floats up, and we return to the center, and from that center we expand, we spread like vines, like trees. Bending and straightening our spines, bending and straightening our knees, our elbows, our wrists, ankles and shoulders. One more time. And then just let the hands sway. And just gently bring them back to the sides of the body. And breathe. So after wood, after the expansion, the birth, then there is what follows: metal, the return, returning back to the source. But it's not only the return. Each element, as it progresses, it includes all of the previous elements. So it has aspects of life as well as death, of giving as well as taking. So the metal element, let's embody. So inhale, bring your hands up. And then exhale, palms up, let them float out. They can come all the way around to the shoulders. And then inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale down. My sequence is a little off. Let's see if we can get it right. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Now we inhale into the shoulders. And exhale. Inhale in. And exhale down and through. So metal is all about exchange. So receive the breath. And then release the breath. And receive. And release. And receive. Release. Giving and taking. We could never inhale if we didn't exhale. We can inhale here and exhale. Inhale. Metal relates to the lungs in the body, so we're breathing deeply and letting it go. Exchanging. The coming and the going. No need to hold on to anything because it's constantly moving. And what goes will come again and then go again. So rather than worrying about if we have enough, we can just participate in the exchange of energy so that then we just become conduits, overflowing, never full, never empty. One more time, last one. And just take a moment to breathe. Feel the exchange. Maybe your pores have opened up a little bit. Maybe there's a light sweat on the body, this exchange of gas. The skin in Western medicine is referred to as the third lung. So moving in this way, helping our pores to open and close as needed, helps us to become inspired, to help get rid of what's old, what's not needed anymore. It's this nice exchange of energy, the coming and the going. There's not stagnation, there's movement, there's flow. And the fifth element is the earth element. It's the stable center around which all the other elements revolve. So let's inhale our arms out and up. And as we exhale, we can bring our middle fingers and our ring fingers to the upper dantian, the third eye. Someone had sent me the question, why the middle and the ring fingers pointed at the third eye? It's because the palms are an extension of the heart center, and the middle and the ring fingers are an extension of the palms. The pericardium meridian extends out of the middle finger. The pericardium is our interface between our hearts and the outside. And then let's inhale, the arms can float up. And exhale, circle the arms around, middle fingers and ring fingers to the middle dantian, the heart center. Allow your awareness to settle underneath your fingertips into your middle dantian. Feel the stability of the earth element, the stability of your feet on the ground. strong legs, stable posture, calm mind. And then again, we can inhale, the hands can come up. And then exhale them around to the belly button, the lower dantian. And allow your awareness, your breath, your mind to sink down into your belly, into the lower dantian. I've said this before, it's worth repeating. There's a phrase, Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Where the intention goes, the Qi goes. Bring your intention, bring your focus to your lower dantian. Allow this to be where your Qi gets into the habit of settling. Where your mind gets into the habit of settling, where your thoughts, your emotions, the upper and the middle dantian can be guided down into the lower dantian. Let them settle here, where it's quiet and still and stable. The more that we can practice bringing our intention into our lower dantian, the more our Qi will just naturally settle here. So it won't so easily rise up into our heads and start thinking about all kinds of things that probably don't even make sense or are even real. It also keeps it from rising up into our chests where we feel emotional and reactive. Allow your Qi to get into the habit of residing in your lower dantian so that you can remain stable. Because when you're stable, it's easy to remain calm. And when you're calm, it's easy to feel that empty, expansive nature of the self. When we reside in the empty, expansive nature of the self, we have access to insight and illumination. And let's fold our hands over our belly buttons, over the lower dantian. And then we can massage our bellies. And shake out just a little bit. Maybe I don't feel like shaking too much. It's like a very subtle little wiggle. I feel pretty settled, but you can feel free to do whatever feels appropriate for you. And then we're going to rub our hands together and massage our faces up and down. And then go back and forth over the top of the head a couple times. Down the back of the neck, around, over the chest, down to the belly, and around the waist to the low back, the kidneys, and then draw the hands out. Let's pat up one arm, and then down, up the other arm, and down, and then around and down the back of our legs, up front, and around and down again. Back up. Okay. Hopefully that felt good to everybody. And again, there is a recording of this. So if you would like a recording of this, please feel free to send me an email and I can send you a link to the recording. And you can practice this whole thing that we did. You can do just the seated self-massage. You can do just the Dai. You can do just the shaking and the blithering. You can do just the super simple, silly Qigong form, just the embodying the 5 elements. Just even that little finishing thing that we just did. Any one of those is good. and is effective and can help to just break us out of whatever we might be stuck in at any given moment. And even if we're not stuck anywhere, then it can just really help to just optimize our function. And so before we finish today, I do want to share a poem. And it's a poem I've read before in class, but it's worth reading again. It's one of my favorite poems, and I think it's appropriate for these times. The name is called The Peace of Wild Things by Wendell Berry, and he's excellent also. And this poem goes like this. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. So yeah, the sun is warmer, the days are warmer and longer, spring is happening, birds are out flying around, having a wonderful time. We all have the wild things of all of the elements inside of us. So let's remember that, and let's take solace in that, and let's get in touch with that that's within us and without us, and reconnect with the peace of all of that, which is happening, which is this whole thing is giving us all an opportunity to do. And so let's remember to do that and to put our energies and intentions into that, because this is the year of the metal rat, the first of a 12-year cycle. This is the springtime of a springtime within a bigger cycle, time for planting seeds, for setting intentions. So there's a lot of different ways our intentions can go right now. So let's really be intentful about where our intention is going. And yeah, take solace in the peace of wild things. Okay. So thank you all for being here and for practicing with me. And if you would like a copy of the recording, please just send me an email to openheartacupuncture@gmail.com. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day and rest of the week. And I'll be doing this again next week. So I hope to see you then. Goodbye.